Alright. Hey everybody, this is Yuki, and since this is my first time doing this, I am going to do a gameplay for this thing. It's called, Seduce Me, and you probably all know of this app. It's very hot. It was by Michaela Laws, and since I've done almost every route right except for Damien's, we're gonna start with the best friends first, and I hope you guys like this. Anyway, let's continue, shall we? Alright. I know. This is a fictional interactive narrative. Any character resembles to real-life people are purely consciential. Also, the game following is made for PG-16 audiences. Please know that sexual violent themes are explored in this game. Trigger warnings, abuse, implied rape, and suicide. You have been warned. Please enjoy.
Why, hello. My, aren't you a gorgeous sight? Can I be honored enough to know your name?
Nyx, which is actually a Japanese name for Yuki.
A lovely name for a lovely person like you. Wonderful. Eric, do your job. Very well. This game was produced by Seraphim Entertainment under the direction of Michaela Laws and is powered by Renpai Visual Novel Engine. We truly hope you'll enjoy this story. I know I'll enjoy it.
Eric! Dude, stop!
Eric. Fine. Farewell, my sweet.
Shut up. Somewhere.
Come on! Is that all you got? Try me, asshole!
Eee. Alright. Ugh. Alright, yeah. That's good.
Missed. Let's retreat for now. No kidding. Let's get out of here. That's right. You better run, you stupid punks. Stay out of our territory.
Call it fate or call it coincidence. The one moment of violence started a chain of events I will never forget.
This formula, created in the 70s, is one of the most important in the field of financial management. It is used to calculate the price of European-style options and is widely used by option marketers, though there are some discrepancies that are now corrected with the modern
Lame. Just look at us here, aren't we? Aren't we precious? Jeez. Alright. Let's go. For this reason, I felt lucky for having a seat next to the window. I spent more time staring outside than I did paying attention in class. The lectures in class are pretty boring. Miss Phillips' voice was passionate, but I just wasn't interested in what she was saying. And since it was the right period before lunch, all I could think about was doing other things. Honestly, I didn't really care much for economics. Sure, I had good grades in this class, but it was only because I read the textbook and did my assignments PM time, which means nighttime. Probably. Or my personal time. Whatever. I was only taking this class because it was mandatory. If it were up to me, I would have taken another course. Luckily, it was my senior year. Oh, hey! It's my senior year too. What a coincidence. So after this semester, it would mean the end of social courses forever. Thank God for that. I didn't hate high school. It was just mundane how the days drifted on and on as if there was no end to it. The only thing I really enjoyed about going to school was meeting my friends and hanging out with them. That was kind of it. In short, I was done with high school. The start of the second semester brought a note of finality to it. I had already applied to few universities the semester prior, and I was expecting replies sometime in the next few months. It seemed like the start of something that would change. I stared at the faint outline of raindrops in the distance, for now I was stuck in this class.
Miss Anderson.
Yikes. Hi, teacher. Just when I was thinking about class, I quickly turned my head around to face the teacher. Hopefully she didn't pick me just because she noticed that I was spacing out. Yes, ma'am?
Would you care to name the equation I set up on the blackboard?
Yikes. Oh, I read about that in the textbook last night. It should be the Black-Scholes model formula.
Very good as always, Miss Anderson.
All right. Anderson, it followed me wherever I went. Most people didn't really know me by my first name, but rather by my surname. No doubt since the surname was a trademark or internationally famous, and philanthropic Anderson Family Toys, the founder is my grandfather. Suzus, one of my best friends, turned around and proudly gave me a punch to the shoulder.
Kick ass, girl.
From beside me, I heard Naomi, another one of my best friends, clearing her throat in obvious disapproval of Suz's choice of words.
She means good job. Miss Capini. Oi! Care to tell me who the creators of this formula were?
Some guys named Black and Scholes.
You know what fascinates me about Suzu Capini? She's Italian, but yet she's the badass of the entire school. Compared to Sam, he's the badass of the brothers. So since she kind of fascinates me, and I've done her route though, but not from like gameplay, I really hope that this is showing the stuff and whatever. Anyway, this is, I mean, look at her. Aren't we adorable here? The single, oh my gosh. Anyway, she's gonna be our little girlfriend in this game, so we're gonna do everything she likes, apparently. Anyway, let's go.
Fisher Black and Myron Scholes.
Very good, Miss Patterson.
Show off. Better study next time, Suzu. Be like us and study once in a while.
Ouch! That's really harsh, Naomi. Suzu rolled her eyes and slouched into her chair as Naomi gave her a small smirk. She always pouted when Naomi showed her up.
That's the end of today's lecture. Now, let's separate into groups and work on your projects. Remember, everything is due on Monday. Go ahead now.
Before I knew it, Suzu and Naomi had scooted their desks to align with mine, and we turned into the Three Musketeers. Have you noticed that every time that if there happens to be togetherness, it just has to refer to the Three Musketeers in just about every little thing, like in textbooks and stuff? I really think that's annoying. But anywho, whenever the teacher let the students decide on groups, we always grouped together in our little trio. It was a sure stroke of luck that we all managed to be in the same class, so we had to at least take the opportunity and stick together as much as we could. Besides, we were most comfortable around each other than around any other classmate. It just made sense for us to put our hands together for any kind of project. I took the poster we were working on and rolled it open into the three desks. we were pretty much finished with fulfilling most of the guidelines for the project, though we did still have to add a few finishing touches here and there. After working on making the poster a bit prettier, we sat back and inspected our work to see what we still had to do. Naomi, as usual, was the first to look for any issues. She lightly tapped the pencil against her chin, staring intently at the project.
Alright, so let's see. We finished the budgeting section, the building leasing, and the cost for labor. What else do we need?
A name? A name, perhaps? Suzus straightened up and looked at the poster and stroked her chin. After a few seconds, her face brightened up and she spoke up.
How about a company name?
Damn! She'd even called that one out. Alright.
Huh? Did we really skip over that?
Of course we did. You always go straight into the logical statistics and stuff. You completely skip over the fact we need a name for our project.
At least we caught it this time. What?
Not sure. What do you think?
It's Nyx, but she always leaves. They always leave that part of the name out. But whatever. It all came down to me. Of course it would. Haven't you seen that the way it's always us? It's like, seriously, why? Whenever the sum came down to be name or title, I was the master in ending such decision. Even when I didn't want it to be. Dude, I totally get what you're saying. It always has to be up to the best of the best when it comes to stuff. I totally I acknowledge that. As myself in school, I always have to make that kind of call if no one else has to in our group, so whatever.
I like Trinity Corporation.
That is way too predictable. How about the Dragon Company?
Well,
What do dragons have to do with our project?
nothing, but it makes it look cool.
What? It's a totally unpredictable name. It's hot.
Our company sells bubble gum.
So what?
Who said we can't produce spicy bubblegum?
Yeah!
What do you think? Yeah. What do you think?
Both of them looked at me expectantly, even though I wasn't quite sure myself. I didn't really want to choose sides, but if it were up to me, I would say... Alright. So, Trinity is for Naomi. Dragon is up for Suzu. Alright, we're gonna say for Suzu's route. I like Dragon Company.
Booyah! Dragon Company it is.
Alright, now that we've decided on a name, now what?
As we entered our name game, a giggle scrambled my thoughts. Oh yeah, she's gonna go down in the dumpster here pretty soon. Huh? Who was that?
Ignore it. It's just Lisette.
I looked over my shoulder to see Lisette laughing with her circle of friends, mostly compromised by other popular people. As a result, everyone in the school knew them, and the center of it was Lisette White. She sat with a posture that indicated she was still working, but ready to casually chat about her day. She was an enduring balance of charismatic and awkward, which was readily apparent when she first talked to someone. It was easy to make her smile and laugh, and she was quite the comedian as well. Basically, she was perfect. Not that she was like a robot or anything, but she was the student and everyone else wanted to be. You know what? I don't buy that, because Mika, who I had to rename as Nyx, is the role model student, in my opinion, because she's not a bully. She doesn't try and push around. She doesn't try to trip over other students. So if you want to be like that, that's your thing. But I don't find that sexy at all. So I think, personally, Nyx is way better. Lisette was bright, easygoing, and above all, had her future laid out right in front of her. Oh gee, so does Nyx. Unlike the average student, she knew that she wanted to what to do after high school. As a result, she was confident and ambitious, though sometimes it could rub a lot of people the wrong way. Moreover, I had known her ever since I was young, but it had ultimately resulted in a rivalry that continued today. Of course, my friends knew that what was between us, and upon seeing me glance at her, they shifted their attention to her.
She doesn't even look like she's working.
Exactly, so lazy.
She probably is, but she's too much of a stuck-up priss to allow her to
Suzu! Damn! You called straight on it, didn't ya?
Oh, come on, Suzu. She may be a little off-putting.
A little?
She's not the giant priss
Really?
that you're making her seem to be.
A little?
The day she isn't a priss is the day I turn into you.
Oh, damn! Suzu!
What's that supposed to mean?
Never mind. About time. Let's bail.
Yeah! Unsurprisingly, Suzu was the first out of the classroom, slinging her backpack over her shoulder with ease as she quickly strolled out of the door.
Her seat isn't even closest to the exit, and she always manages to be the first one out of the door. I don't think I'll ever understand that.
Oh, stop complaining, Naomi. I wish I was fast as her getting out of here. Naomi folded her arms close to her chest, giving me a disappointed look. What? It's fact. I don't hate school, but I personally hate economics. It sucks. As well as history and social studies. Oh, as soon as the bell rings, I'm so thankful. I'm like, thank God it's over. You know what I mean?
Oh, not you, too. She's turning you into a delinquent.
Oh, stop it! It's a joke, Naomi.
Well, it's not really funny.
Of course it is.
Man, you guys are slow. Are you coming or what?
Suzu!
We heard you the first time. Not everyone has rocket boosters attached to their legs.
Are you kidding me? That class was ridiculously boring. Even Miss Valedictorian here was dozing off a bit.
I was? I do have to admit I was spacing out. And just because I answered one question doesn't mean I'm automatically the valedictorian. You know what? No comment.
Okay, so it wasn't too interesting. But you should at least pay attention when Phillips is talking about the important parts.
So you finally admit it. We're finally on the same wavelength. Welcome to the club, Patterson.
Suzu! Wow!
Please, don't call me by my last name. This isn't the classroom. And never in a million years will we ever see things eye to eye.
Naomi! Oh, jeez. Despite this, they both burst out into laughter. Normally, anyone would think that two people so opposite would never associate with each other. However, even though they were so different, their friendship somehow made a lot of sense. Really? Wow. Alright then. Maybe they were just perfect complements or just didn't dictate the possibility of their friendship. After all, we three had been best friends since preschool. Good for you.
Alright, so where are we headed to first? Cafeteria? I think we can all agree that we're really hungry, especially after hearing about our company's line of deliciously spicy bubblegum.
Who would even buy that? I wonder.
I would.
Me? I would pay good
Yeah, same girl. Me too. You do like spicy food after all. We entered the cafeteria, a bustling room filled with aromas of different kinds of food as we got in line. We ordered our meals and chatted freely.
Cajun fries and the spicy chicken burger for me. That's my definition of a good meal.
I'll take a tuna sandwich and some juice. You're probably going to need water or something to curb all that spicy flavor, Suzu.
Naomi!
I can't be tamed by the likes of that. If it's spicy, then it's gotta be all or nothing.
You're crazy.
Hell yeah, I'm crazy.
I think I'm getting a migraine.
Yeah, change the subject. I think I'm getting a migraine. Real smooth, Naomi. What the heck? I think I'll go with... Alright. What Naomi's having to cajun fries and spicy burger to just mac and cheese and the soda. Okay, since we're taking Suzus route, I'm guessing the second option to third option would be Suzus. So we're gonna say cajun fries and spicy chicken burger too. Alright, here you go, Suzu. Might as well go spicy today. Once we got our food, we settled down at one of the empty tables, putting our backpacks aside to finally dig into the food. Suzu leaned back in her chair, tilting it back so that she could rest her feet on the table by her food. That is not what you call proper etiquette, but you know what? Whatever. Since we like Suzu, apparently, we're just gonna go with it.
All right then. Is there anything we want to talk about?
Bored already?
I know. Let's talk about...
No.
Say boys, and I will never speak to you ever again.
Suzu! Wow! Almost every chick, in my personal opinion, wants to talk about a boy unless they want to cause drama around with their other girlfriends or something like that. So, I don't care regardless. So, whatever.
Aw, why not?
What's so interesting about talking about guys?
You'd be surprised.
Any of us are gonna get boyfriends anytime soon.
Oh, come on, Suzu! Wow! You're gonna get a girlfriend for crying out loud. You're gonna get me, so why is it such... Oh my gosh. Anyway.
We don't know that. What if one of us does get a boyfriend?
Like that's going to happen, Nick. Look at us. I'm a tiny Italian. You're a ditzy blonde.
Damn! Wow! She's just saying you're a ditzy blonde. Alrighty. Suzu, watch it.
Hey! Or girlfriend?
She can be a lesbian if she wants.
True.
It's okay, Suzu. I'm not sure if I want a boyfriend yet. Yeah, but you want a girlfriend.
Why not? You're a senior here. Might as well get a boyfriend.
Maybe she's just not interested in a relationship, Suzu.
That's a lie too, but whatever. Well, it really wasn't about wanting a relationship, but more of these was no one I was interested in having a relationship with. Don't get me wrong, I'm a very open person, but there were not many interesting guys in the school. I bet I could find one. Who knows? Time will tell. Naomi looked at me, wanting to continue with the conversation. However, before she could speak, the speakers in the cafe started up, and an announcement echoed through the cafeteria.
Miss Anderson, please come to the main office immediately. Please bring your things with you.
Oh my.
Looks like our plans have been cut short. The men in white coats have finally come to get you.
Suzu, don't joke around. What if it's serious?
Fine. If something happens, just call us.
Something did happen, and it was certainly no laughing matter. Cold. It was really cold. The rain became heavier that afternoon, accompanied by rolling thunder. The skies had turned dark, though I could not see any of it under the black umbrella. I stared at the grass beneath my feet, unable to look up at the people weeping around me. All I could see was the damp grass underneath my feet. Only the monotone delays that floated through my ears reminded me that I was at a funeral. It was only when the speeches ended that I was finally able to raise my head. Oh, great! Our grandfather is dead. A small gathering of people, most made of relatives that I didn't even know, were huddled under a simple small grave. For a while, all I heard was the sound of raindrops on umbrellas. If it were not for the rain, everything would be in heavy silence. I looked beside me, where my father was standing, and held up a large black umbrella for a small family of 3. His face was emotionless, a strange. Whoa, I didn't mean to skip that. Oh no, sorry. After all, etched into the smooth, gray tombstone before us was his father's name. My grandfather was the one who raised me like his own daughter, had passed away that day. Slowly people began to leave until it was just my father and mother and myself at the grave. A man dressed in a clean black suit. Hey! A lawyer! Kidding. Oh yeah, it was a lawyer. Under the uniform black umbrella of the funeral, attendant walked towards us, introducing himself as grandfather's lawyer. He pulled out a few documents from his suitcase and began to read out loud.
And now, I shall read Harold Anderson's last will and testament.
Only my parents and I were allowed to be present for my grandfather's will. It was under the strict request of his lawyer, and there was a reason why.
And to my dearest granddaughter, I give my estate. All the furniture and decor that resides
Aww.
within the house shall also be given to my granddaughter.
What? I couldn't believe my ears. I had earned the family estate at 18. That wasn't possible, and yet it was written by my own grandfather's hand.
He passed the family estate to her?
Oh,
Why am I not surprised?
Dad, stop it. Knock it off.
Dear.
Well, did he say anything about what will become of the CEO and chairman position of the Anderson Toys Company?
No. It is presumed that the vice chairman will succeed the position.
Even to the bitter end, he would give it. What a stubborn old...
Really? I think that's reasonable considering you. Shaking his head, my father turned to face my mother with a serious expression on his face.
About the estate. Should we send her there to get used to the building? It'll be a good place for her to live after high school.
Are you sure we should?
Why not? This would be a good experience for her.
What a douche! Like, what the heck?
Honey, what do you think?
Dots. That's what we think about it, apparently. Dots. Oh my gosh. I really wasn't sure what to say. Why didn't my grandfather think that I was the appropriate heir to the mansion? Was I even ready to live on my own?
Well, that seems to be it. We'll be taking our leave now. I'm sure the little heiress needs some time to adjust.
What a douchebag. He's just like, oh yeah, since I can't have my way, apparently we're gonna just treat our little daughter like a little bitch, apparently. I hate him. It's just like, wow. Wow. And it's just like right in front of the mom, too.
David.
Yeah, exactly. Even though she raised her voice, my dad wordlessly began walking back to the car, disinterested. Wow.
Don't mind him, honey. I think that your grandfather's passing really affected him. Why don't we get back home for now?
You can go ahead to the car, Mom. I think I need some time alone with Grandpa.
Oh, of course. Take all the time you need.
Thanks, Mom. She gave me a quick hug and hurried after my dad. I looked around the funeral grounds, which is completely empty, save the sullen-looking grave that laid in front of me. I'm sure that if Grandpa were in charge of arranging all this, it would have been much different. It was blatantly obvious that my dad was in charge of the whole event. Who else would bury their own family the same day they pass away? Everyone knew my grandfather love for toys, and yet the grave was mere stone, slab on the ground. Void of any warmth. My dad didn't even bother putting flowers. Wow! He must have really loved his dad. Damn. Wow. All right. His disdain for my grandfather was almost pitiful. Yeah, I would say that too, considering he's a jerk to begin with. Sorry, Grandpa. I tried to force out some words, but the only thing that came out was a choked sob. You told me to stay strong, but right now, I'm the farthest from it. I just want to go back to before. Grandpa!
Oh, it's so good to see you again, sweetie.
Ah! Don't we sound adorable? I was swept into a giant bear hug, and we both laughed as he swung me around like an airplane. Ah, good memories. That I never had, but good memories. It was one of my favorite things, seeing my grandfather, the way he greeted me. Unlike my father, my grandfather was loving and playful, even as I grew older. Sorry that Daddy couldn't be here today. He said that he wasn't feeling too good again. It was always like that. Dad missed every visit to Grandpa's house, citing that he was very busy with work or wasn't feeling well.
Is that so? Well, that's okay. Daddy can come around next time. And you're here, right?
Yeah. So, what are we doing today, Grandpa? Mommy says that there's a new dessert cafe open in town. Maybe we could go.
Oh, I would love to. But I've been so busy with the company these days. We're actually working on a little something. Would you like to see?
Yes. Oh, is that a toy?
It is. I was designing a new line of them. But I feel like something's missing. You don't think you could help me out, could you?
Of course. He placed the toy in my hands with a smile, and I inspected it carefully. It was beautifully crafted, and obviously a lot of work was put into it. There was one thing, though.
So, what do you think?
I think the heart on its chest should light up when you hug it. It'll be like it's alive, and it can be like a little nightlight before you sleep. He stroked his chin, considering my input, while nodding his head. After a few moments of silent deliberation, he turned to me with a chuckle.
That's a great idea. I'll get to changing it right away. You're always like my little lucky charm, dear.
Aw.
You always know what to add to make the perfect toy.
Aww. Well, I hope I can be like you one day, Grandpa.
You want to make toys as well?
Well, making people happy is the best feeling in the world. I don't know if I want to make toys when I grow up, though.
Don't worry too much about it. You have plenty of time to decide. Besides, you should do what makes you happy as well.
That makes sense. Daddy doesn't think of it in the same way, though.
Your father. I'm sure he just wants the best for you.
Bull crap. I'm not so sure about that.
Sweetie, look at me.
He bent down to look at me at eye level, with a serious look on his face.
As much as your father may say something that doesn't make sense now, you must remember that he's always thinking about you. He loves you. There's no doubt about that. And you need to love him just as equally.
What's the punishment if I don't? I don't hate Daddy. I really do love him. Yeah, sure, just keep telling yourself that. I don't know why he's like this, though.
Your father and I have had some difficulties with each other in the past.
I wonder why.
But it's nothing that you should be concerned about.
Mm-hmm. I had heard tidbits of this from my mother and various other people. The only people who had stayed quiet were my father and grandfather. Both of them refrained from saying a word on the subject matter. But it was clear that whatever happened just set all up between them. It's hard, though, trying to pretend as if nothing were wrong.
However, no matter what, you have to stay strong. You're a big girl already, and, well, there'll come a day when it seems like it's you against the world. But always remember that your family and friends will be here with you.
Damn, I'm almost like 40 minutes into this.
Daddy, Mommy, your friends at school, me, we'll stand together to get through it.
Aw. How can you be so sure of that?
Because we'll be right. Here and here.
He pointed his finger to my head first and then pointed at my chest.
So stay strong. Promise?
For a moment, he looked almost sad, pleading, but as quickly as that had come, the expression disappeared from his face and he was all smiles once again. Promise. Upon hearing that, Grandpa let out a great burst of laughter and stood up.
All right then. Enough of that. How about I whip up some special homemade dessert?
Like
I know
cookies?
I can't accompany you at that new cafe, but we sure can talk and eat while I cook and do some paperwork.
Homemade dessert? I'll race you to the kitchen!
Hey, slow down there. I'm not what I used to be.
You willed me. Oops, wrong tone. I'm in the child tone. You willed me from the very home I love to see you in. Why would you think I would be ready to take it, especially after this? A surge of anger bubbled within me, but I quickly swallowed it. There was no use in getting mad, especially when the person in question was no longer there. I'm sorry, it's hard to stay calm when you've left me. There's so many questions, especially about what happened between you and Dad. What am I doing? Talking to a grave. My vision blurred, and I suddenly realized that I was crying. My face heated up as tears rolled down my cheeks. I'll bring you some flowers later. I miss you, Grandpa. I'll try my best to fulfill my promise I gave to you, even if the world might be turned against me. I left the grave, wiping my tears hastily so my parents wouldn't see.
Well, it's time to head back home. I'll cook up your favorite lasagna when we get home, okay?
Thanks, Mom. However, my dad didn't speak the entire drive home. I wanted to talk to him, but after his moment at the funeral, I wasn't sure that if it was a good idea.
It's about time we took off those dreary black clothes.
What a... right. Gathering my courage, I decided then that it was time to talk. Dad, could I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Damn! Why is he so rude? Why do you want me to move into this state so soon?
I thought I made that rather clear. The college near your grandfather's house is well known for its business program. You are planning to major in business, yes?
No. Dots.
Right after you graduate from high school, you'll just live there and can easily commute to and from school. It's a perfect fit for you.
But it's so sudden. You just decided so quickly right after the funeral.
Don't be so sensitive. If you're like that in the real world, you'll be crushed.
You know what? You're sounding a lot like someone I used to know, and that's my birth dad. Damn, and he's just like, Oh, damn it! I hate him! What the hell? I'm just saying that maybe we could talk a bit more about my future. In reply, my father rubbed his temples and sighed quietly.
After you graduate from college, you'll...
Hello, Moto.
I have connections since I am part of the board of directors, so you will be carried.
Don't be silly. It's the family company. Our company. I'm not just going to hand it over to some incompetent vice chairman.
So what? Dots. He came closer to me and his face softened.
Look, this is all for the best, okay? You may not know it right now, but you will appreciate it later.
For some reason, when I heard him say that, something snapped in me. Oh shit. I wasn't exactly sure what it was, but it made me feel so angry. Oh no. We're going to lose it, aren't we? Do you even care that grandfather passed away?
Of course I do.
Bullshit. Well, everything seems fine and dandy to you. Things couldn't be better.
Excuse me? I don't like your tone, young lady.
And I don't like you. It's like nothing even happened at all. Like you just ignore the fact that he's no longer here.
Do not raise your voice at me.
What did he ever do to deserve this? My father, his face hardened, crossed his arms, and erupted in angry laughter.
Ha! You sure place him upon a pedestal, like he's some kind of venerated god or something. It makes me sick.
Ugh! Is that it? Are you happy seeing grandfather dead? While everyone was grieving? Were you holding yourself back from laughing in everyone's faces? Did you feel just a bit happier seeing him lying in the graveyard? Damn! What is this? Oh, I hate him! Wow! He just like slaps us and we're just like, we're confused, like, you know what? No, you want? No. A flash of rage across his face, and he wiped the back of his hand across my cheek.
You don't know anything! Running your mouth like somehow you know everything that went on, when you're just a little girl that doesn't know how to keep her mouth shut!
Wow! And we're supposed to be his daughter. Damn!
You did not know my father. You did not know what he was capable of.
Dots.
Is everything all right? What happened?
Nothing. I'm not hungry. I think I'll just go to my room.
Honey, wait!
Sorry, Mom. I quickly turned and ran to upstairs, slammed the doors behind me. My breath came in short pants, and for a while I just leaned against the door to my bedroom, eventually sliding down to sit against it. How did things become like this? My cheeks still throbbed, and I attentively stood up and looked at the mirror to see how it looked. Hopefully it didn't bruise. What am I saying? Tears formed at the corners of my eyes, but I blinked them back rapidly. I couldn't cry twice on the same day. I had to be stronger than that.
Are you alright? Your father told me nothing happened, but you know your father.
No, we're not alright. I'm fine. I just lost my appetite.
The lasagna's done, though. And I don't want you skipping any meals. Are you sure?
Yes. Yeah, don't worry about me. Mom, I'll come downstairs later to eat.
You're not telling me the whole story.
Bullshit. I don't want to eat right now.
Please, dear. Tell me what's going on. I wish you would tell me why you're being like this.
Dots. I wanted to tell her. A part of me was screaming to tell her what Dad had done. At the same time, I knew she couldn't fix anything. Besides, I was moving out regardless. I remained silent, letting the event remain in the past.
Well, I'll leave your food on the table if you want to eat it later.
Finally, my mom left me alone. It was strange to think she was only a few inches away from me, only separated by a single wooden door. I really didn't know what to do. I needed to do something, anything, to get my mind off of what just happened. Yeah, it would be today it would be called 911 or Safe to Tell. Whatever. Shut up. Shut up.
Tell them your source.
Anything would be better than thinking anymore about the pain still radiating from my cheek. I was going to move into my grandfather's house tomorrow. I should probably pack my stuff so I would be prepared for tomorrow. Yeah, that was a good idea. I should start packing. I opened the closet, rummaging around it for a while, before I finally found 2 large bags, pulling them onto the floor of my room. I then began to empty my drawers and cabinets so that I could bring all my things with me. I didn't have much to bring, other than just clothes and some toiletries. It was kind of bizarre that I didn't have any personal belongings. It was like my luggage was completely devoid of them, but I certainly didn't have any things in my room that I would miss if I just suddenly left the house. I shook my head to rid myself of those thoughts. If it was just going to be my new home, it would have felt like it.
Casually walks out in the middle of your recording. Hi guys, I'm her sister. Nice to meet y'all. You should subscribe to my channel. But I don't remember the name right now. Bye! I'm gonna go take a bath. Get the camera off me.
Yeah, that was Mary. I shook my head to get rid of those thoughts. It was as if I'm going to be my new home. It would have felt like it. One way or another, I was going to make it into a house.
You turn the tables on me now. You drop me in okay somehow. I can never escape from you, but baby, that's alright.
What an awesome ringtone. Just as
This is an awesome game, by the way, and I recommend it. And I'm gonna go take a bath. Bye! You're showing your butt.
Just as I was packing my things, my cell phone began ringing and vibrating in my pocket. I slid my phone out of my pocket. If there's any, just use very little. I'm really running out of it. And answered it. Well, it should be somewhere in the bathroom. While settling myself onto my bed, who could possibly be calling?
Hey, Anderson, you there?
Oh, there's our bae! She's calling us along with our other bae who we're eventually going to do next.
Is everything alright? We were worried about you, so we decided to call.
Then I don't know where it is. Dots.
Hello?
I'm really glad you guys called. A voice meant to come out, though it was only a whisper.
What happened? Are you okay?
Well, I slowly began to tell them about the funeral and that afternoon. A small silence followed when I was done recounting what happened. And to my relief, Naomi finally spoke up.
I can't begin to imagine how you must be feeling right now. I'm so sorry. Do you want us to come over right now?
No, it's okay. My dad is in a good mood, so we can just keep talking on the phone like this.
Of course! Yeah. We're always here if you need us. After all, we wouldn't be the awesome triple threat trio without you, right?
Fuck. I just fucked it up, didn't I? Oh, well. Yeah, we're always here. No, wait, no. Yeah.
Triple threat trio? That sounds like the name of a gang.
Well, her parents are involved with the mafia, so it's only natural.
Yeah, I mean, we're all taking on the world together. We've got to sound somewhat scary, or else no one's going to take us seriously.
Yeah.
What's with you and naming things? You've got to step up your game, Naomi. Falling behind to the cool kids like Anderson and me. Tisk, tisk. Hey! I'm a cool kid. If anything, I'd say you'd have to step up your game.
We chatted cheerfully about all sorts of things. Very soon I had forgotten about the events that day. and was engaged in a conversation about Naomi's favorite TV show, some program called Thurlock. We all agreed that the actor playing the title character certainly had a very distinct look about him, with that long overcoat and scarf wrap around his neck. We had many disagreements about who we thought was the coolest character. Yeah, he had really high cheekbones, and his eyes are pretty, though I do have to say I prefer Justin, and as bonus, his actor is just so sassy. I looked at the clock hidden on the wall, and I realized how late it was. Whoa, it's already 1 a.m.? Sorry for keeping you guys up so late. I think I'm gonna hit the hay for tonight. See you guys at school tomorrow. I should probably shower and go to bed. I can't believe I stayed up this late just to talk to my friends. Oh, but that's sweet. But it was really nice. Well, to the bathroom I go. I took a relaxing shower. Nothing beats hot water and the feeling of beaming clean after drying myself. I promptly dressed in my pajamas and crawled into bed. Nice hot shower after a long day. I'm so glad to finally be in bed. It had been a really long day. I knew that I was wishing for something to change back in class, but I certainly wasn't expecting anything of that happen today. And I have to go back to school tomorrow. Ugh. I curled up on my side and tightly wrapped the blankets around me. I really wasn't in the mood to be returned to school, but my dad probably would make me go just for the sake of it. It's time to go to sleep. I reached out to the lamp on my nightstand to turn off the lights. However, my mind was so lost in the passing of my grandfather and the thought of inheriting something so big that it haunted my mind the entire night until the next morning. I shook my head to try and clear the sleepiness out of me, to no avail. I really didn't get any sleep last night. It's already time to wake up. Wait, school!
Hello, Moto.
That's a relief. Luckily, there was barely a bruise on my cheek. You had to squint to actually see it. I doubted that anyone would actually notice if they leaned in really close. Breathing out a sigh, I got dressed, took my backpack, and caught the bus to go to school. It wasn't even hours before everyone heard the news. I was approached at the school and given condolences for my loss. However, that was what shocked my friends.
Wait, so you have the whole Anderson house to yourself? Lucky as hell, man!
Suzu! Just look at her face. Guys, seriously. Look. Look at this face. She's just like, what? Okay.
Hello, Moto.
Suzu's right, Naomi. Suzu's right, Naomi.
Of course you would side with her!
Yes!
Ha! See? At least she knows how to have fun. I know how to have fun! You don't need to be wild to have fun!
Guys, I'm going there after school today because my parents want me to get used to living there.
Seriously? It hasn't even been a day since you came back to school.
I know, but my parents want me to try living there as soon as possible.
Still, that's really fast. Are you going to be okay?
Of course. But even in my comfort of my best friends, life seemed to be testing me. Oof!
Hey! Don't go around shoving people like that. Whoops. Did I strike a nerve, Capini?
Lisette, you know what? Fuck you. Fuck you. You do everything wrong. I hate you. She let out a small sigh as she twirled her hair around her finger. Lisette, one of the last people I wanted to see today.
It's not me you should be apologizing to. Oh, Anderson. Hey, how's it going?
I'm alright.
Haven't you already heard, Lizette? Of what? Her grandfather's passing. Well, I'm sorry about that. I don't really watch a lot of news.
Sorry, Naomi. Look at her face.
Hello, Moto.
It doesn't really sound like you mean it.
I do mean it. Earnestly. Why wouldn't I?
I can name a couple more reasons.
Typical Capini. Isn't her family involved with the mafia or something? I wouldn't be surprised if she brought out a bat from behind her back right this moment.
I had nearly forgotten the crowd that follows it, which is most commonly comprised of the people that no one wanted to see on a typical school day. No one had the slightest idea what exactly they followed, why they exactly followed this set around so persistently, but they labeled themselves as social equals to her.
That is out of line. Suzu comes from an honest family.
Says the one whose family profits from political scandals.
Yeah, your dad doesn't make anything unless he's in the court with dirty politicians.
Hey, let's all calm down for a second, alright? I'm sure Anderson needs some time to recuperate. I mean, what just happened? We need to give her some respect.
Dots. Just stop. Stop acting like that already. Like you feel sorry for me.
What are you talking about?
I'm sure you're happy seeing me like this. You already have everything that you wanted, and now seeing me like this, life just couldn't get any better. Bitterness swept into me, and words started flying out my mouth without filter. But honestly, I didn't care. I was consumed by anger that I only saw Lisette in front of me. What exactly am I to you? Just another part of your obstacle course? Is that what I am? I'm sick of it, Lisette. I'm sick of all these charades. I'm sick of you. Gasps rose from the crowd around her, and I was brought back to school hallway. Even my friends beside me looked at me in surprise. One girl looked like she was going to speak up, but Lisette held her hand up to stop her. There was emotion in her face that I couldn't make out, but I could see a form of pity in her eyes. No, don't you dare pity me. I looked away from her, and I didn't want to see the emotion in her eyes. When she was talking to me, she didn't have the right to look at me like that.
I'm sorry. I know your grandfather passing away must have really taken a toll on your emotions.
Dots. She stepped towards me and put her hand on my shoulder, giving me a tiny smile. If for old time's sake. But for some reason, I didn't feel comfortable at all. Not that I was just angry at her, but the expression on her face when she leaned in close to me comforted to me in something complex. Something was different about her. I couldn't quite place my finger on it, but something about her had definitely changed.
Well, I'll be going for now. Track meet responsibilities and all of that stuff. See you later.
Something about this had made me feel uncomfortable. I wasn't just angry, but also uneasy. What was it? I had never seen her like that before. But I decided to pay no further attention to it. She continued running down the hallway with their giggle of friends behind her. I refocused my attention to Miss Phillips, who was walking down the hall towards me.
Is everything all right, girls?
Nothing we couldn't handle, Mrs. P. Just a bunch of snobs. Suzu, hush! It was nothing, Mrs. Phillips.
I see. Well, Miss Anderson, please accept my condolences for your loss.
Thank you, Miss Phillips.
Your grandfather was a good man. He really upheld the philanthropy of his company's policies, and the money that went towards charity, too.
I know, he was amazing. I really looked up to him, and I want to be as good as he was.
Well, I know that you'll be as great as your grandfather. Hell yeah, she will. She'll be 10 times better than her grandfather.
Damn! Look at her! She's just like, bitch, please. That's my future girlfriend right there. Would I really be better than my grandfather? Everyone seemed to have high expectations for me. I wanted to do my best and make my family proud, but to be better than my grandfather, I wasn't sure about that. From outside school window, I saw a familiar blue car pull up to the curb. Undoubtedly, it was my father in the driver's seat. Oh my ride's here. Well, I guess I'll see you both tomorrow.
Want us to come with you?
Oh no, it's okay. I'll be fine. See you. Hey, Dad.
Hey, honey.
All right then. I got in the car and noticed my father looking troubled, clutching at his steering wheel and staring right ahead of us as if something was really bothering him.
About what happened yesterday. I'm sorry for yelling at you. Does your cheek still hurt?
You know what? Since I want to skip directly to, I'm gonna say I'm sorry, guys, but we're gonna leave that alone. And I'm going to skip past Sam. We're gonna hit him again.
Ow! You're just being violent now!
And then we're going to jump up and protect ourselves. Then what we're going to do, we're going to keep this.
But it was so creepy.
And then we're going to say no. And then we're going to smack him. And then we're going to fuck. We're going to laugh. And then what we're going to do is all right, here we go. They're my brothers.
They're your brothers? Since when did you have brothers?
You want to know what? I'll go out with Suzu and Naomi.
Are you sure?
Hell yeah.
Thank you for trusting us. We'll have everything.
All right, we'll wait.
Well, since we got you out of the house, we might as well go to the mall and walk around a bit. We did just eat breakfast after all.
Cool.
Could have had more flavor, in my opinion.
Suzu, you eat chili peppers when you're bored. Everything you eat always needs more flavor.
You need to teach me, Suzu.
You just need to eat spicy food all the time. You gotta tame your mouth.
Tame your mouth? Really, Suzu?
Sounds difficult.
Anyways, after the mall, what do you want to do? We could go to the Pink Lady Cafe and chill out with Kay. I'm sure she'd love the company.
But we have to stop by the arcade. They have this new game out called Orion. You get to control this guy named Isaku, and you're part of the rebel forces, and you get to shoot things, and there's robots, and...
Sheesh, we get it, Suzu, we get it. We'll go to the arcade.
Which one first, though? You know how popular Kay is. She'll be swamped with customers later in that day.
I'd rather go in the late afternoon. She has better options during the last hour of the cafe.
So basically after the arcade?
You figured me out so quickly, Patterson.
What did I tell you about using my last name?
Well, let's go to the arcade. So we headed to the mall and walked around for a good amount of time before diving out of the Moonfall Arcade. As weird as the name sounded, the arcade is one of the best arcades in the city. Kids and teenagers lined the games, watching the players as the councils as they anxiously waited to have their turn.
Oh, there it is! There it is!
Look at her face, she's like, woohoo, let's go! Suzu grabbed Naomi and me by the hands before dragging us into the section of the arcade where a bunch of kids had gathered in awe and excitement. In the middle of the crowd was a large game with 2 joystick platforms and the screen that flashed the name Orion every other second. In the background of the screen, a holographic playfield glimmered before us, revealing a neo-futuristic battlefield and an enemy robot charging it right at the camera.
This is the game you were excited about?
It's really cool.
That's right! And I'm gonna play it so hard I'll beat the game in one shot.
Suzus smirked and looked at me, hoping that I would join as I usually did for the partner games. I looked at Naomi, who immediately rolled her eyes, crossed her arms, gave me the okay nod. I grinned before nodding to Suzu, who cheered in joy.
Woohoo! Alright, let's do this.
Look at her. She's just like, I'm ready. Let's do it. It took us a good half hour before we were finally able to step up the platform, so the point of the game was beat the government and restore freedom to the general public. We played as rebels in the robot, and that game simply became a smash and bash game versus multiple enemy robots. Playing Suzu were always an adventure. We both knew that our strengths and weaknesses were, so it was easy to collaborate with each other. It wasn't long before we got into the swing of the game and were beating enemies like crazy. By the time we got to the boss, we were unstoppable. It was so efficient to beat the boss and put our 3-letter code names into the high score list.
And that is how you game. We are unstoppable, Anderson.
Susie gave me a large smile, which made me smile back. I was happy to be able to hang out and have fun with my friends like this. I felt free from worries or responsibilities. It was something I loved. We eventually lost track of time and wound up staying longer than we expected, make us unable to start the cafe before going home to just for the housewarming party. So we drove back. Tony and Susie picked up clothes and other necessities from their houses before driving back to the mansion. The hour of the house party had arrived. In my mind, I kept double and triple checking the essentials for the party. Knowing my dad, he invited his business partners and the executives of the Anderson Company to show me off. I stood in front of my mirror in my room, staring at my form, and a million thoughts ran through my mind. It was just a housewarming party, but at the same time, it wasn't. It was my chance to show my dad that I was better than his expectations. It was my chance for me to see my parents as a woman. It was my test to see if I was really ready to live on my own. Well, not truly alone. I had the incubi to thank. But even so, I didn't have my dad guiding me or my mom helping me through living alone. A knock on my door broke my thoughts, surprising me. Who is it?
Hey, are you okay in there? Your parents should be here soon, so you should hurry getting ready.
Well, I'm ready, but...
But what? I'm sure you look fine, Anderson. Just come on out.
She's just like, I'll love you in whatever you wear. All right. As soon as I opened the door to the hall, I watched Naomi and Suzu's faces turn from smiles to complete awestruck stares. Oh! Look at the two of them. She's like, whoa. And she's like, whoa! What?
Dude, you look hot. Yeah, you look amazing. Where did you get that dress?
I've had it for a while. I just never had the chance to wear it. I figured might as well bring it out now. I stepped out of my room and closed my bedroom door behind me as I walked down the hall down to the grand lobby. The incubi stood waiting for me at the bottom, all dressed to the nine as proper servants.
Whoa, they really know how to dress well, don't they?
Yeah. I was slightly taken aback on how great the boys looked in uniform. Each had the poise of a perfect gentleman, even Sam. I slowly began to climb down the steps, with Suzu and Naomi behind me. The boys watched as I descended from the staircase, one step at a time, like knights waiting for their princess. Ah! I felt my face slightly flushed, but I quickly shook my head, trying to regain my thoughts. As I reached the last step, James offered his hand out to me. I quickly walked down that final step, smiling.
As beautiful as a princess, miss.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So, are you prepared for tonight?
As ready as I'll ever be. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad.
Oh my, I didn't know your bequeathment came with servants.
It was probably overlooked. Besides, who would deny good service?
I don't know. Probably not. No one. I was completely shocked. My parents didn't question the boys. They didn't ask for verification or anything. I looked at the boys and noticed Sam and Aaron staring intently at my parents. Were they using their powers on them? They had to be. There was no way they'd be okay with this otherwise.
I guess the servants counted as belongings to the house.
Gorgeous. You look so lovely. David, look at your daughter and tell her I'm right.
I'm so sorry about you.
Thank you for your
Do you have college plans?
What do you think the philanthropic
Do you think the company should...
You're welcome.
Alex suddenly left Riley staring at me in disbelief. Hey.
Whoa! Who let the bitch out of her game? What is this? A reverse harem or something? Ah! A quick one. I'm liking you more and more.
Back off, Malix!
Don't start acting tough.
Don't disturb him. Gotta cut sandwiches. Go to your room and eat. The arcade. There we go! Yeah! I arrived at the arcade ready to spend some cash on some fun and games. I didn't want to be stuck at home on a Sunday. Besides, the arcade always had something new to play, no matter how often you came. I began to wonder as I was on machines, over to find a good game to play. I played a lot of the games with Suzus, so it was just a matter of finding a good one. What finally caught my attention was a crowd of people surrounding a group of machines. I got closer and peeked through the crowd to see Suzus sitting in a racing game versus two other players who were on the same machine behind Suzus. From the looks of it, Suzus was losing, and the cause was her angered face.
You're going down!
Kiss my Italian ass!
Yeah! I stifled a giggle, watching Suzus remain playful under stress. She was adorable, but feisty, truly a spicy Italian. I observed as Suzus finally caught up to her opponents and passed them with ease.
What the? Hurry it up!
Later, losers!
The crowd began to cheer, watching Suzus beat out the guys and slid into first place. As the lights and Suzus sound began to blare in celebration, the two groups had left the machine in a huff. And
Trying my foot.
Good game, everyone.
That's a live from the pit of hell.